There's a new thing called quiet quitting your job. We'll tell you what it is and whether or not it may be the answer for some of your work struggles. Quiet quitting is doing just enough work to keep your job and nothing else. You see, you're not actually quitting your job. You're just quitting the idea of going above and beyond at your job. You're not hustling anymore. You're doing the bare minimum to keep your job going, and that's all. Is life really just about our job, or is there more? People were working really, really hard during the pandemic because companies were saying they needed their employees to go above and beyond to keep the company solvent. Employees did what they needed to do. They were stressed out and overworked. But now the pandemic is ending, and companies have made record profits coming back out of the pandemic. But not much has seemed to change for the employees. The jobs we have are just as stressful, if not more stressful. All the new job responsibilities that were handed out to us during the pandemic are still there, and yet we're not even given enough pay to keep up with inflation. It's like the companies we work for think, well, we were able to do all these things during the pandemic, so now that the pandemic's over, we can still do these things and probably do even more. What they don't realize or understand is just how overworked and stressed out their employees actually are. And for many, it's too much. They either have to quit their job or quiet quit. Because when it comes down to balance, we don't want our lives to be only work. We can't physically or mentally handle it. When you go home from work, you don't want to think about work anymore. You have other things to do. Many of us even have side hustles or side businesses that we have to take care of. It's too easy to get burned out, especially if your job is continuing to add more and more responsibilities onto your plate. People are stressed out and they needed to do something, so they're quiet quitting. I have a coworker who I feel is quiet quitting right now. He's no longer really engaged at work anymore. He just does his job, and that's it. He's not motivated. He drinks a lot of coffee to stay awake. His demeanor is like a formal protest to the company. He never gets to take days off. He's running around to multiple company locations all the time. The company has been overworking him for the last couple of years. His hours are continually changing. And this is a single man who's not married and has no kids. Imagine what it's like for workers who have a family and children. In some cases, quiet quitting may actually make a statement, and hopefully employers will understand what they have to do. Changes need to be made within their companies so that their employees are happier, so that employees have a better life-work balance, so that in the future, no one will ever have to quiet quit again. If you enjoyed this podcast, if it's made you think, please subscribe and share. And as always, we'll see you next time on Shine 365.